Just this trip, dude. I
No,
walked
you
up
won't.
to this cousin. She's always been super condescending. Always. Adds me on every social media just to fucking talk some shit, right? I see her. Oh, how's your little podcast? I went, how's your little divorce?
Oh,
She went, wow. What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching episode 57 of the Sonder Experience, Daddy's Home. I'm back. Feels good to be back. My man held it down solo dolo on the last episode. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. Hope you guys do too. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe to this channel. Help support us, get us out there. And we appreciate you guys, man. I realize how much I love this show and how much I love this experience, but I didn't realize until I had to miss it. So, like I said, Daddy's home, and it just feels good, man.
it was a good reason why you missed it, though.
But I love this show, dude.
Yeah.
Loyal to the core, you know what I mean? But you fucking held it down, dude. I really liked it.
I appreciate that.
I
Thank
liked
you.
it a lot. And like I told you, you could tell, like when you first came in, you were nervous, but I think maybe trying to set up the cameras and the audio and the lights and what are you going to start with kind of fucked it up a little. Not fucked it up, fucked you up.
No, yeah. So the onset of it was a lot of, am I doing this for no reason? Because what if it doesn't work? You know, so at the beginning, I had that in my head a lot. But then once I just got into it, it was, you know, just be yourself and let things flow. But as far as just getting everything set up, it was a little bit easier than what I thought.
Yeah.
I remembered some things. And I got lucky because all the chips went in the right. I didn't have to do any reprogramming or anything.
Yeah. You brought up good points. I mean, you're able to talk. You can tell you're an entertainer because, dude, I haven't even done a solo episode.
You might at some point. It's good practice because you never know when things arise, you know, so.
Even doing like TikToks and stuff is still hard for me, bro, just because it's just you.
Yeah.
So there's no feedback. There's no facial expressions to go off of. I hit myself with a lot of ums and uhs but dude, you just you were telling yourself jokes and shit.
And somebody had to make me laugh. But that's kind of the character that I am, you know. I don't try to portray something that I'm not. You know, I'm sometimes goofy, sometimes weird.
But this
sometimes
was a different side of you.
Let's lay the truth out and, you know, inspirational more so.
I thought it was a cool strength. Like, it was a different side of you. You fucking... I mean, there's not many people that can do it. Professionals can do it. People that have been in this game for years and years can do it.
But really, what's a professional? Like, can you really put a title on that?
Time? Reps?
Experience.
Reps?
Yeah. Because I've seen people that are, you know, so-called professionals because they went through school and this is what they did, but they just don't do it right. You can tell it's not for them.
Yeah.
You know, but I think everyone goes through that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not even close to where I feel I should be. So it's just practice. I feel it was a good thing for me. And honestly, I asked Tito, he was going to be busy. I asked another guy that we tried to get on as a guest, but it didn't work out. That didn't work out. My brother didn't work out. I even tried to get my son to get on, but he said he would only feel comfortable if it was actually two people talking, and then he was just like extra.
Filler.
Yeah, so I was like, no, I don't want to do that to him. So, you know, and then the day of, I saw Rena and also Donald. It was weird. It was kind of like they're like somehow, some way, not
Just
begging, but
options.
just, yeah. But I was like, you know what? It's just, I know that if I ask them at this moment, they'll say yes. And I didn't want to put that pressure on them. So I'm like, you know what?
Donald would have done it.
No, right. You know, that's the thing. But again, it was the day of, and I was like, nah. I had already put in my mind that morning that I was going to do it myself.
Yeah.
I had a good, 36 hours of like, you got it, figured out.
Was there a little bit of like realization, like how tough it is to get guests? Because I scramble sometimes, dude. Not that you don't get guests too, but like It's hard, and then keeping up with them.
I think what it is, and this might sound, it's not conceited, but it's going to sound the way it sounds, to find someone that you know is going to be interesting on the show, to where you don't feel like you're by yourself anyways.
That's true.
So you have to be choosy because, we don't know these people, and they can have the most interesting life ever. But if they can't elaborate on it or talk about it, then it serves nothing to the show.
Well, and your chemistry with, like, if they've been on this show before, they've been on the show with me and you. They haven't been on the show with just you. And
Yeah.
But me and you started just me and you, so we're comfortable with that. But it's hard, dude. I feel bad for a lot of people that start podcasts and then have to quit, or they do quit because it's fucking hard. It's hard, and then you realize how much time and effort it takes, and then you start seeing, like, the numbers aren't where you want them to be. More money, more time. And then there's just so many variables of people. Like, a lot of people are down at first to come on and be guests, but then we've already seen it. That 2 or 3 days before they start not talking to you, they start sketching out, then all of a sudden, hey, man, I can't make it,
It's like 1 out of every 4 guests that you invite gets out of it.
Right.
For the most part.
But everything, so I've been feeling kind of not down about it, but weary about this show. But all the podcasts that I listen to and all the comedians that I listen to, these guys were in the game 5-10 years before their careers even took off. Like, you know who Brian Callen is?
Mm-hmm.
Brian Callen said he got told no all through his 20s.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10 years of no. And he only needed one yes to fucking boom, take off. And that was Mad TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we need, dude. But so, like, it's refreshing to be able to put that confidence back in myself for this.
Well, it was like I was saying last week. Everyone's journey is going to be different. How long it takes, it's finding the right chemistry, the right path, and then getting that right viewer to say they have something.
Yeah.
Or you just continue doing it on your own and let the numbers speak for themselves. And it's not just podcasts. I believe it's everything that that's important to you, that matters, that's going to put you where you want to be. You have to have these tough times because I've always viewed it like this. There's like the beholder of your dream, and the beholder wants to see how bad do you really want it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want this because you've been doing this for 3 weeks? Do you want this because of a certain thing, or do you actually love what you're doing? Do you feel like because you did it for 6 months, this is it, or you've been struggling? No, these are things that kind of measure your will, your heart to get to those. Some people it takes a year.
Yeah.
Some people it takes 10 years. And I don't think we shouldn't really look into that, because then we're going to be more so either waiting for that quick punch or feel like we're never going to get there. And it's just about being in it.
Yeah.
Because truthfully, there are times when I sit back and I'm like, man, what am I going to do? What's my thing? And little do I know that I'm doing this, and it always hits me like at the end, like you're already doing it.
Right.
But then, you feel like, no, you're not when you go to your job and you think, fuck, am I going to win the lottery? Or where the fuck does this gold come from?
It comes from time, dude. It comes, and that's almost reassuring. It's like I'm doing what countless others have, and it's just putting in that time until it fucking clicks, until it happens. And then, like you were saying on last week's episode, your police officer analogy. There's 20,000 people. There's 5,000 spots. It's the word you were looking for was saturated.
I said it later.
Oh, you did?
I said it later, but yeah, that's the word.
Okay. Yeah, the game is so anyone with a camera and a mic can fucking do this.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone with a cell phone can do this. You don't need a mic and cameras, and that's just the way I want to roll, you know?
Yeah.
But if you look around, dude, this is a set. This is a production set. And we're putting together stuff piece by piece, and we're making it happen. I love this show. I love the camaraderie ship. I love just the fucking time.
Created
dude.
a dope ass word.
I
last
love it,
year.
man. And it's gonna take time to fucking.
So let me ask you this: given the option, you have two options here. Someone comes up to you, the beholder of your dream comes up to you and says, okay, in 1 year's time, next summer, you can either next summer have someone sign you to a deal, but you don't get the same percentage cut. You know, maybe you only get 40% of what it's worth.
Okay.
Or you get option B, where you just do this on your own, and it maybe takes 3 to 5 years, but everything's yours.
3 to 5 years, everything's mine.
And that's the thing, and people won't do that.
Yeah.
People will want whether it's in entertainment, music, acting, they would much prefer to get that feeling like I'm already there, but then get a lot less, because that's part of it too. You can't tell me like you want something in return.
Yeah.
You know, that you put something out, you want something back. Positive energy, negative energy, all that, whatever. But it's much better just to do it.
But I always thought like people like you have those overnight sensations. They make one TikTok video and all of a sudden they're fucking on the red carpet and shit the next month. I always thought that was luck, but that's not luck. It's just timing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they put in the time. Because how many videos did the guy that's riding the skateboard, drinking the fucking cranberry juice?
Yep.
Because his car broke down going to work. He just made a fucking video. He didn't expect anything to happen. But then what's his name? Dogface.
Yeah.
And I've heard interviews and stuff of him saying, like, I used to make fucking 15 to 20 videos at work a day.
Yeah.
Just little TikToks, just little 15 seconds at a time. And now all of a sudden that dude's the fucking cranberry guy.
Yeah. It's until you dig deep into someone's past, you don't know all the shit they went through, everything they did. Like, for example, if something were to pop off in the next 6 months, they'd be like, damn, they were only doing a podcast for a year and it popped off.
Right.
But what were you doing before this? Like, yeah, you can say you started a podcast at a certain time, but in the realm of entertainment and doing videos and all other kinds of things, recording music, like how much time did you put in all those other things to be that voice?
Right.
You know? So it's...
You know what's dope? My mic stand just broke.
That's for giving me shit every time when I move my shit.
Hey.
I saw it a little bit earlier. I was like, whoa, something's wrong over there.
Yeah.
Something's going on. Are you gonna have to disconnect and do this? Like fucking straight from the weather report?
You think I won't?
No, that'd be dope. Shoot. Do it.
I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna fucking
Usually when things like this happen, we'll just go away from whatever's happening. Nothing's happening.
Yeah,
Thank you
cut the
guys
camera.
Look, guys. When shit hits the fan and you feel like you ran out of all your magic coins and you have no more coins to move forward, just go ask for help from the beholder. I am the beholder. Are you back?
Oh, dude.
I had...
Easy money.
That's dope.
This is kind of nice.
That's probably fucking fun.
I mean, dude, there's so much more room for activities, bro.
Yeah, now you can rap. You got the hat. You got like the NWA hat. Let's go.
Microphone check 1 2. What is this? No.
There it is.
Oh,
so how was the trip, man? How'd it go? What did you do? What was the highlight of the trip?
Dude, can I be honest? Can I be honest and tell you?
I hope so.
No, I can't be honest.
I hope so.
Oh, let me be honest. That's what I meant to say. Let me be honest. I was struggling for like 2 months before this vacation came up. Got to get the money going. I'm going to have to miss time off work. What am I going to do when I get back? I was already stressing what I was going to do when I was going to get back.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hard to be like in the moment and enjoy the way that I wanted to. And I fucked up because I put so much emphasis on this being such a great trip that I just threw as much money at everything as I could.
Good.
Kind of.
Dope.
Really?
Yeah, dude. That's one of my things that I really put out there is when you're, that's why I sent you that message. I'm like, dude, be there. You know, when you're like, hey, I was like, dude, don't worry about us. Fucking be there where you're at. The outside world doesn't matter when you're on vacation. Your home life, your job, all that shit doesn't matter because there's nothing you can do about it anyways. It's that whole thing I was talking about. You make a decision that you're going to do something, and maybe it might seem tough to get there, but because you made the decision, the universe opened up that option, and you still did it. Now, when you're there, again, dude, there isn't anything that you can do from that spot you're in to change anything that's going to happen in 5 days or what your check's going to look like in 10 days. There's nothing you can do. So you have to live it up. The way, you know, there's a lot of give and take to that. I'm not saying, you know, just fucking blow everything on. No, you're there already. You're having a good time. You're relaxing. You do different things that you probably wouldn't do on a normal day to day. That's normal. If this was the end of the world, or not the end of the world, because then you would do more of it. But if this was like, if I don't make it back at a certain amount of time with a certain amount of money, I'm going to be fucked for the next 2 years. That's different. But it isn't. Like, you can't feel like you're behind the 8 ball. You're just now living day to day again. And you're just going to push just like you did until, if anything, it just shows you that while you're doing what you're doing, 2 jobs, pushing, you know, hours after hours after hours, it gives you time to think about, okay, what other option do I have? What can I do to alleviate and open up more time for myself, but still bring in the same amount? So that's now something you have to figure out. But you're not, like, you're fine, dude. You can't go back and be like, fuck, I did too much.
No, it's not. So I was going to continue saying, like, it wasn't as enjoyable as I thought it was going to be. It was actually pretty stressful. And then, so I'm like, okay, let me just say, my grandparents, that's who we stayed with, they're getting older.
Yeah.
And since this COVID deal, they've been in the house, bro. In the fucking house. They're not moving. It's Fox News and devotions for my grandmother. My pop's on Fox News all day long. I'm talking 8, 9, 10-hour days of fucking Fox News. Mm-hmm. And there's my grandmother reading her devotionals and shit, right? But, dude, they have become so angry. And, dude, it's like, I love them. Don't get me wrong. My pop's my hero forever till I die. Mm-hmm. But that dude is fucking leaning hard into that old and angry lifestyle. And it's like the reason I threw so much money is to be out of the house. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had to fucking get out of there. Yeah. Because we were butted. I've never been so wrong as an adult as I was until I stepped into that house. Everything I did had fucking opinions. Everything I did was wrong. My haircut was stupid. My fucking, just everything, bro. And that's what was stressful. And that's when I was like, I'm not going to let my kids fucking sit here and hear all this. Because, dude, let me say this too. And I don't mean to throw shade, bro. And he'll never see this. And if he does, Pop, I apologize. But he's sitting on the couch next to me, dude. And I'm sitting there and we're watching Fox News. He's watching Fox News. We're all just fucking trying to drown it out. And he starts talking about black people. Mm-hmm. He starts going off, dude. And my kids are sitting right there. And he's not saying the N-word or nothing, but he's this is why, and see, look, and how come every time, and da. And I had to tell him, hey, Pop, stop that. Like, my kids are here. Don't put that on them. Because I'm a firm believer. I've said this before. I think racism is taught. It's not bred in you. It's taught.
Mm-hmm.
You got little babies in the nursery in the hospital, and they're not fucking segregated.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? That shit's taught. And
they're conditioned, yeah.
That shit was taught to me. And for a long time, I lived a fucking certain way. And now that I got kids, I'm like, there ain't no fucking way anybody's going to taint those waters, dude, because that's a hard life, especially in these days. You got to watch everything you say. Everybody's fucking woke. Everybody's this and that. Life's already hard enough as it is, and then you got to try to fucking avoid color. Then you got to try to avoid gender. Then you got to try to avoid fucking preference and all. You know what I mean? And it's just
titles,
dude, pronouns, fucking all this stuff, you know. And I'm not a hater, bro.
I'm a hater.
Are you?
Of like stupid like pronouns.
Do I think it's dumb?
He,
yes.
Sure, it, that, we, fuck you.
Do I think, yeah. Do I think it's stupid, bro? But the only reason I think it's stupid is because, like, you're not wanting me to just accept your truth. Whatever they say, accept my truth, live my truth, right? You want me to fucking abandon everything that I believe so that I can say you're right and not hurt your feelings. But you don't give a fuck about my feelings.
Mm-mm.
At all.
Mm-mm.
So that's what I was telling you, dude. I fell down a rabbit hole yesterday at work, and I watched a documentary called What is a Woman by Matt Walsh. And, dude, that was his question. What is a woman? What is a woman? And he's not a politician, but he gives speeches, and he's a pretty big deal. But he flew all over the country and to other countries. Like, he flew to a country in Africa and was talking. He had one translator. And these other dudes were hitting the knocks and the whistles and shit. They weren't talking English. And he was like, what do you guys think of, what do you guys, all that shit.
That's dope.
He was like, what do you guys think of men wanting to be women and women wanting to be men? And they were like, we have never fucking heard of a single thing that you're talking about.
Good. I want to go there.
But that country is the only country that was able to answer what is a woman. And they just said, a woman is a person who can produce.
Mm-hmm.
A woman has a vagina and a man has a penis. And it was simple as that.
Yeah.
It was no other social constructs. It was it was plain and white. And black and white. And that's where the era that I come from. And I'm so afraid. I'm not afraid anymore. I was just stressed out of somebody hearing my opinion, hearing my thought process, hearing this and that. And I've decided on this trip, and I kind of want to talk to you a little bit about it, is that how come everybody else is allowed to say and do whatever they want to say and do, but the second you fucking do the exact same thing, you're the asshole, you're the hater, you're the bigot, you're the racist, you're the homophobe, you're the. Everything's reversed now.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be alive. You have to pick a side now. Everything has a side. Every idea has a fucking side. And I don't get it. I don't know how to raise kids in this. I don't know how to raise kids in this who are going to raise kids in whatever the fuck they're dealing with 20 years from now.
Well, here's the thing with that is your parents or your grandparents, obviously there's always changes as generations go. But you can't be in this moment and think about how much worse it's going to be for them teaching their kids and how tough it is, because you can only teach your kids the good stuff about life, be persistent, be nice, be kind, and that's it. As long as you're a good person, all those other things fall into place. You don't run into the dumb shit. You know, we do a podcast and we have opinions, and this is probably the only place that I will place my opinion on. Why? Because no one's going to tell me shit in
and
this moment.
If you don't like it, click on, scroll on, find another video.
Right. In my outside life, you know, where I'm at 99% of the other time, I don't really get into other people's conversations. I don't, you're to yourself. That's the key, because truthfully, deep down to the core, no one really gives a shit what my beliefs are. People that matter, they don't, it's that those things aren't important. It's like, how did you treat me the moment we talked? And how, did we have a good time when we went to go eat? Things like that. But these people that I was talking about, that they have these groups and they want to be mad and they want to say this, that, and the other, you're only going to get backlashes if you go to those fucking rallies and then talk shit back. I doubt anyone's ever going to go, and I always use the gym as an example because that's where I'm at almost every day. So that's like common source. I doubt anyone's going to go to the gym to promote that. So I don't, or to me, and be like, hey, this is the way I want to be talked to. This is the way. No, because usually the things that I do involve people just putting their head down and doing their own thing. And I think that's real people. It's like you brought it up, Fox News, this, that, and the other. A lot of these things that are happening based on other people's reports, based on, I'm not saying you probably didn't have an interaction like this, but really, if I'm talking to someone and some like random hears me say something they don't like, and they come up to me and they'll tell me, I'll be like, I wasn't talking to you. I don't have an issue with you, whatever. But I'm not going to apologize because I wasn't directing whatever I was saying towards you. And I don't believe I was being this, that, or the other, because I know I'm not racist. I know I'm not like, oh, women can't do this and men. I'm not like that. I'm very equal to what people can do. But at the same time, it's not, I don't believe in a lot of those things where if you're not going through it, if you're not in it, your belief on it, I don't really care about it.
Right. But like when I was younger, I got into a lot of fights with a lot of black dudes.
Why?
I'm about to tell you. I now, as an adult, I know it's because I was looking for it.
There you go.
It's because I was told by my people they're bad. And I'm sure that they were told by their people, we're bad, Mexicans. I grew up in that era, Mexicans versus blacks. It's just what it was. Okay? Especially where I'm from. But it was, this dude was just living his life, bro. Any guy that I ever had interactions with, unless they had personal shit, right? But for the most part, 80% of my fights were, what the fuck are you looking at? My man was probably just fucking gazing the room, caught me on accident. But it's like, it was taught in me to fucking, you know what I mean? Hate it. Mm-hmm. And that sucks, dude. That sucks. But that made me realize after watching this documentary, my man went to a women's rights rally and was asking them, what is a woman? And they wouldn't fucking answer. What do you care? You're a man. What do you know?
Yeah.
What da. He talked to a fucking dude that says she's a chick, that says she's a wolf. And he was like, what is a woman? I don't feel comfortable answering that. No, because it's stupid, dude. Do you really believe in it? Or were you forced to pick a side because of the environment and the surroundings that you were in? Do you really believe, like, are you at this women's rally because you really believe, or because your best friends Jessica and Courtney went and you want to fucking go too?
Part of it is that. But I believe the other side of that is are there people that think that way? Yeah. People can believe whatever they want to believe, and 9 times out of 10, they're right. You are what you think you are. That's what it is. Now, if I'm like, say you're 6 foot. Now, you can't walk around saying I'm 7 foot. You can measure that. You can, no, you're not, that type of thing. But when something's inside someone and they feel, well, if this person thinks they're a bird, hey, okay, you're a bird. Go for it. But don't come back to me when you jump off a fucking building because you're trying to fly. You know, because like,
So that's what I was saying. I'm not a hater. I just don't fuck with those people.
so when you were younger and you were conditioned, you were taught to go against people of whatever color, specifically black. There wasn't ever anything in your head or in your heart that said, or even just, no, maybe they're not right. Or was it more so, well, it's pride. I have to show my people that I'm fucking like them.
It was fear, dude. It was fear that if I don't act like they want me to act,
Then you won't fit in.
then they won't like me.
Accept you. Yeah.
Right. They won't accept me and I'll lose. But it's not just friends, dude. It was family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was heavy hitting members of my family that I really loved. And except for that part of their life, they were decent enough people. But I can't really say that because I know in the back of their head that hatred was there. I don't think you could be a decent or a good person with that kind of hatred towards the world, dude.
Mm-mm.
I don't think you can. So that's why, like,
that's where you needed something or someone to influence you to think on your own and not worry about like, well, if I don't have these people, I'm nothing. Because
when it made it easier because they hated us just as much as we hated them. So it was like a perfect puzzle. It fit.
right, like Bloods and Crips.
Yeah.
But because that's what they were conditioned, not because it's like you said, it's not something you're born with. You're not born with like, oh, that's the enemy, let's go. Red ants, black ants. Like that's not how you're born. So there always has to be that you can't. I think it's bullshit that if you took 10 people that were brought up in this point of view and 10 people that were brought up in the opposite point of view to hate each other, I know there has to be one motherfucker in each of these 10, each groups of 10 that knows this is not right. But because of the percentage of 9-1, they don't want to speak out because you're better off just leaving and disappearing than to be part of that.
But now it's not just your family and your friends that shit's coming from. They're teaching this shit in schools, bro.
And that's why my son doesn't go to school, public school.
Yeah.
Because
there's an agenda, bro.
No, obviously they don't. Schools are trash because they don't teach you the stuff that you really need to flourish in life as an adult. Mathematics, cool. English grammar, cool. But once you get into like high school, there are other things that they should be teaching that better you as a person and lead you into confidence as you're growing into your late teens and becoming an adult. Now, I don't think back in the day, if you didn't have shit figured out at 18, you were a failure or you had to go to the army or some shit, military. But to me, that was also some bullshit because that's also something you're conditioned with. I think now, like I look at my son, I don't have a timetable for when he should do what he's going to do or when he should be out of the house. No, those are his decisions whenever he wants to do those things. I'm never going to be like, no, that's parents were conditioned to be that way, but I think that's trash. I think that's bullshit. Like if your son or daughter's at home and they're 23 and they're figuring out life, let them figure out life, you know? Now, if they're just, you know, doing bad shit and it's like, well, we can't just keep, you know, keeping them here because it's making them easier to make those bad decisions, that's different. But if they're just trying to figure out life and do this, that, and the other, I don't think there's a time frame. But yeah, it is tough with the way schools teach. And now they're creating these new things that, hey, what is this? What is that? You know, without getting into detail. Because I said, okay, and my son saw it from the beginning. He's like, it's because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They don't really teach you. They give all the kids like, this is what you should do. And it's not, there isn't any individuality to teaching. You can't do it. So do it at home and do what's important. And then in the long run, I can still teach him the things that I know as to what it means to be an adult.
But
What's important?
do you worry about, so with your boy going to online school, do you worry about him getting that positive social interaction though? Because I mean, we need people,
right?
Do you worry about that? Because like he's in high school, he's in the age of sports and fucking joining teams, and if that's what he's into,
right?
Are you afraid that he's going to lose out on some of those opportunities that are going to help him later on?
No, because him as a person, as far as socializing, is who he is, and he always has me. So it's not like he's at home and not talking to anyone. You know, the connection that we have is a lot different than maybe 80% of other child or children to parents. It's just parents, children. But with us, it's not like that. It's like we are friends. We talk about the same things. There isn't a level of like, I'm up here, you're right here, speak down to you.
I've seen the way you guys interact.
You know what I'm saying? It's like this, but when we know when it's time to...
You're the leader.
Right. We know when that's time, but there are things that he shows me. And old school parents are against learning shit from their kids. That's just fact. Not all of them, but a lot. You can't know more than me because you're only 17. I'm 45. I should, no way. Because it's a whole pride thing. But no, I'm not afraid of those things. Like, was he in sports previously? He was. He figured out, like, he doesn't want to be into sports. He doesn't watch sports, And that's another bad thing that we have as a society, that if your kid doesn't like sports or doesn't play sports, there's something wrong with him. Fuck no. No, it isn't. Like, does everyone fucking become a professional athlete because they played sports? Is everyone a good Samaritan because they played sports and they know what it feels like to be on a team? No, you still got fucking dicks and assholes running around this earth that were fucking dope-ass sports players. To me, that doesn't change who you are. Who you are to the core is who you're going to be no matter what setting you're in. So, I'm not saying, hey, parents, take all your kids out of school. No, every situation is different. Talk about it, and if you feel like it's the right decision for you, then do it. I'm not saying you're wrong or you're wrong or you're wrong. I'm saying that's right for me and him. And I didn't make the decision. He brought it up to me, and we talked about it, and we figured it out. Because it's 50-50. Like, I want him to live the life he wants to live with some guidance. Not, nope, that's the path you have to walk because that's the path I walked and that's the right way. Fuck that, dude. I've never believed in that.
Do you wish that was more of an option when you were coming up as far as online school?
No, because I'm different. And that was never an option. So I could, like, if I think about it now, if I can do high school online, I would have did that. Because for me, high school was a whole different beast. Take away the moving to something else, moving to a different town, and then, trying to be friends with kids that are already teenagers, whatever. I did it. It is what it is. But nah, man, because, like, I was a clown. To my core, I liked making people laugh. Like, if class was boring, I'll find a way to not make it boring. Was I always in the principal's office? Probably. Was I a troublemaker? No. I was never a bully. I was never, like, I never wanted to fight anyone. I just wanted people to be, like, entertained, happy, fun, like, let's go. To the point, like I said, I was either sent outside of class for 10 minutes until I composed myself. But it wasn't even like, it's not a condition. It's not about composing yourself. When you just are who you are, that's it. Like, you just want people to be like, yeah, we can learn and still have fun, motherfuckers. Like, let's fucking do that, But
that's full circle. That brings me back to, why is the individual not accepted as much as the herd?
Because it's too hard to go one by one by one by one, and no one's willing to do that, you know? And that's why parents have to step up. That's where parents have to be like, okay, they go to school to learn things that I can't teach them, but as far as who they are as a person, that's where I step in.
Yeah, but you got these teachers straight up saying, you don't need to listen to your parents. Listen to me. And for a lot of families out there, because, you know, work situations and hours and stuff, some of the teachers are spending more time with these kids than the parents are.
Right.
You know?
Still, there has to be, I don't care if the parent works 24 hours a day. There has to be some sort of communication that says, hey, look, you're going to have good people and bad people that come into your life. You have to have some sense of, okay, this teacher's teaching me something, and I think it's helping me. But if a teacher's like, listen, I'm teaching you this, but don't tell your parents, or your parents don't know, those are red flags. And the parent should be able to tell the kid, like, if your teacher ever tells you to do something that, or to act on something that they feel is right, but then they tell you that your parents are going to tell you it's wrong, you got to bring those things up. Any form of fashion, kids are going to talk. If you listen, they're going to tell you what's going on. They're not going to hide things. The only way they're going to hide things is if you're not willing to talk to them and you're only there once in a while, because that little time that they have with you, they don't want to bring up stuff that might be uncomfortable. They want to block it out and just talk about the fucking dream they had that was fucking dope as shit, or this thing they created, or the friend they made, because that's that time frame. That's what's important. So you have to find a time. They will talk to you if you lend your fucking ear, and you're open about it, and not like, no, that's bullshit. They didn't. You have to. These kids don't lie. They don't lie until you force them to lie, because you're telling them you better be this way or you better be that way, or you better not let this happen to you, because things happen to them and now they can't tell you because now they think they fucked up.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Hypotheticals always, right? Say he comes up to you one day, Dad, I feel like I got to live my truth. I'm a fucking spaghetti monster.
Dope.
What do you do?
You become the meatball monster.
You just adapt.
Yeah, how? Because it all depends how old they are.
Do you believe, like,
I mean, like,
there's
if someone's 17 and they come up to me and be like, okay, whatever, like, go. But
there's living shit. Your truth, and then there's the truth, right? There's facts. My man's not a spaghetti monster.
Well, yeah, but if he's 7, he is a spaghetti monster. If he's 8, he's a spaghetti monster.
Cool, but
if he's 9, he's a spaghetti monster.
If he's 24 and he's a fucking spaghetti monster, that's gonna hurt him, right?
No, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I eat spaghetti. Or you. This is gonna go off on a whole different thing, but do I feel like things like that? There's a cutoff. Well, there is, but if you're already willing to keep that child or that young adult or adult in your home, and this is the way they act, portray, and this is normal for them, well, then that's just what you decided to have and keep in your. Now you have to play that game. I'm sorry, because it's that, or you do these things that other people do and they send them to other homes. There is a fine line, because we're talking. Let's keep it real. We're talking about kids that come up to you and tell you they're a spaghetti monster.
Right.
Yes, they are. Fuck yeah, you're a spaghetti monster. I'm the fucking meatball monster. Let's go.
For real.
Yeah. See, let's go. Because now he opens up to you, and maybe that's just now your guys' nicknames, and that's what you do. And as time goes on, they're going to be like, hey, remember when we were spaghetti monster, meatball monster? Good ass fucking times. Dude, kids' fucking minds are wonderful, creative, dopest thing on earth. The light of light, the love of love. Again, yeah, there's a threshold. Like, again, people's brains develop at a different pace. And unfortunately, there are people that, stay as 4 or 5 years old even when they're 25. That's something you can't control. But you have to understand that that's what they are at that moment, and you have to just still empathize with the situation. That's your blood.
Yeah, but I think at that point we're talking about mental disabilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they're 24 years old with the mind of a 7-year-old, that's a mental disability.
Right.
You're not going to upset that dude's everyday life by being like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Now he's a normal, or she's a normal functioning person.
Right.
14, 15, 16, coming up. Yes, you got that imagination. Yes, you got that new love for everything, but you're still very much impressionable. So now you got friends in school. Fuck a spaghetti monster, dude. Let me just be real.
Yeah, yeah.
Comes to you, Dad, I feel like I'm a girl. I feel like I'm a woman. I feel like I'm a girl trapped in a boy's body.
Okay.
Up until, I don't know how many years, I don't want to give a number, but up until recently, there's medical books where that was considered a mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
Just like there's people, and it's an anomaly, but there's people in this world that feel like, oh, I got 2 arms, I feel like I should be a 1-armed person. So they want to get that arm cut off. Yes, let everybody do what they want to do. But is that right? Or are we done with rights and wrongs? Are we done with real and imaginary? Are we done with that? Or do we just accept everything now?
Well, that's broad because with everything that's happening with like gaming, metaverse, some people believe they no longer exist as humans, and now they're this, what do they call it? A character, an
avatar.
Yeah. That's who they are. They buy themselves clothes. They do this, that, and the other. I feel Microsoft, Sony knew what they were doing when they started creating these abilities to not just pick your character, but to dress them up the way you want to dress them up, make them look the way you want them to look, make them sound the way you want them to sound, because now it takes away from them creating their own character as a person and a personality because they're doing it all in a game. So that's where it's a broad, fine line type of thing because I don't want to say unfortunately because I'm not against people that live that way. I don't live that way. Do I play video games? Fuck yeah. Apex Legends all day, every day. That's what I do. Yeah. You know, do I get skins? I get some skins, you know, but I get it. I don't buy skins, but if I get enough fucking points, I'm gonna buy some skins, you know, because I kill people in the game. So that's the part where I'm not going to judge someone if they live their life through that, but unfortunately, that's where we're at. Some people live their life through an avatar. That's their reality. They're Oculus all day, every day. They do everything. You can make purchases. It's just...
Dude, you're in a video game and you fucking build this world.
Yeah.
You build this world and you manage everything in it and you're putting in these hours and you're making shit and you're doing missions and objectives and trophies and da-da-da-da-da, buying your skins.
It's strategic.
But you're not doing shit.
Right. It's strategic, again, by these
in real life, I mean.
Yeah, it's strategic because, you're creating all this in real life because we don't want you to create this. Or you're doing this in the metaverse life and you're using all your energy to create this imaginary thing that maybe you're in for 80% of your day. But in real life, you're not going to create this because it doesn't matter to you that much. And that's what we want. We want people to be in a 4x4 wall and let things work through that passageway.
You're an inmate and you're not even in prison.
Perfect fucking setup. But they fucking did it perfectly.
But we can all admit that the internet is a good thing, but we can also all admit that the internet is a bad thing. For some.
If you want like quick information, you want to get somewhere, you want knowledge on something, yeah, you can do that shit at the tip of your fucking phone, fingers, whatever. You don't have to go to the library anymore and check out a fucking book and read it and figure out why Einstein's hair was fucked up. Or why anyone that was ever fucking intelligent fucking looked weird as fuck. Dope, whatever. Because everything is there. But again, it's that double-edged sword that I like talking about a lot, that there's always going to be a positive and a negative. It's what rabbit hole are you going to go down today? And again, you know, I'm not against the metaverse. I'm not against or for it, because my son has an Oculus and he uses it, and him and his friends, they get on and that's their fucking way of hanging out. That's cool. You know, my son, and I don't have to like point it out, but I always do. My son's awareness level is off the charts. So I'm not worried about like, well, is this going to affect him, this, that, and the other? No, because I know who he is as a person socially. All you can do, man, is you have to just take care of your circle. That's it. We can't worry about what's happening to this person or that person. All you can do is control what's in your circle, in your home, and be nice to people when you're out and about. That's it. That's the only message that I'm giving to you and I'm giving to everyone else. You can't fix all these things because people are going to do what they do. And a lot of these things are blown out of proportion. A lot of these things on the news because they need people to watch, because nobody gives a fuck anymore. Just like no one gives a fuck about newspapers anymore. No one really cares about the news anymore because everything's on the internet. Anyone can create a story on the internet that's fucking out of this world and probably not even true. And people click, check it out. Oh shit, did you see this happen? And now 2 million people believe this is true, but it never happened. It's too easy to create some bullshit. It's just what it is. So that's why you always have to take a step back. Your awareness level, you have to understand, okay, what's real and what isn't? What really fucking matters and what doesn't? Only thing that matters is the moment that you're in, the people you're with, and what you're doing to get to where you want to get to.
But how do you live that life if you can't tell what's real and what isn't? If everybody's personal truth is fact now, and everybody's just this melting pot of you are what you believe you are, where the fuck do we end up?
Where do you end up?
I don't know.
Why not? You control you, dude. Like,
I think I end up.
Everyone else does not control what you do.
I think I end up, the way the world is going, I think I end up hated. I think I end up the outsider. I think
Why?
Because I didn't choose a side and I chose my side.
Because you didn't adapt.
Because I didn't adapt.
To what?
The new social constructs that apparently don't exist. That everything is anything and everything is nothing at the same time.
But who do you care about that is going to hate you, that you care that they hate you?
So I think I'm not explaining myself properly. I don't want to. I'm asking questions. I'm genuinely asking questions.
Yeah. Same.
But people that are watching this right now, say we had 1 million views on this.
We will.
1 million views on this episode.
Yep.
How many times have I been called a homophobe and a racist?
I don't give a fuck.
Just because, though.
38.
Just because.
38.
38,000.
But I'm going to call you weird as fuck. I don't care.
But that's majority now. People are listening to that.
Who gives a fuck? You know what? A lot of these people that do also place comments, they're fucking bots. A lot of the negativity, these fucking people do not exist. These people you'll never come across. It's that whole thing because they don't want you to do what you do. They don't want you to push your truth. And that's the thing that I've been getting at you with is the people don't fucking matter that you never fucking see in your life. No. Again, you're going to have negative comments all throughout life because that's the platform you decided to go towards, you know. There's always a negative to your positive. That's the negative. What's more important? Where you're at in life and how you're eating and the message that you put out because that's what you believe, or fucking Shawshank 889 that says, oh my God, he's this, that, and the other. I don't really give a fuck because I don't know you. Come say that shit to my face, bitch.
Hopefully I don't contradict myself by what I'm saying right now. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid for me. There's multiple things that I'm afraid of that make one thing that I'm worried about. I'm not even really afraid. I'm aware.
Okay.
But hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
For lack of better words, I'm afraid to try to teach my sons how to maneuver and handle this world that I don't agree with. To give them the proper tools to not be beaten down by the majority, while at the same time not pushing my opinions on them.
Right.
Still giving them enough. You have to teach them.
Yeah.
But my way is not the right way.
You teach them how to make food. You teach them how to
Live.
fold their clothes,
Be a
wash
good
clothes, be a good person, be nice.
Do what you got to do. But I'm from the era of black is black, white is white, facts are facts. So do I get, I get to do whatever I want. But should I, where's the line between trying to instill that in them from knowledge and growth that I've had while not brainwashing them the way that I was, that this is how you have to do it because I accept you and I love you and I appreciate you and I support you. But I cannot abandon what I believe to be facts or what was facts 20 years ago to say that you are a spaghetti monster.
20 years ago, it doesn't matter anymore. The way you think now, that's what matters. Not how you were taught 20 years ago. That doesn't matter because that's not what you're trying to teach them.
No, but that's what made me who I am today.
No, what made you who you are today is probably the last 2 years of your life.
I don't want to abandon everything. I don't want to. That's what I'm saying.
But that's you.
Right.
So with your kids, it's not that difficult. And I'm not even talking shit. And I'm not saying it's easy. But, okay, how do you get them to fucking fit in now but still be normal is what you're trying to say, right?
To not be a follower, to be that individual that we were talking about.
You do that by example, dude. You do that by talking to them and you have conversations with them. You let them know that they're very important. They can do whatever they want. You're always going to be there for them when you need them, or when they need you, I should say. Vice versa. When you need them, they're going to be there as well. It's all about the communication aspect of anything. You can't just, there's a lead by example, but they're going to see you. They'll be like, okay, my dad's a superhero. Because that's how kids should view you, and I'm sure they do. My dad's a superhero. They look at all the things you do, and they're going to be like, hey, this is what he does. Okay, cool. And now you have the actual communication part of that where you're talking to them, and you're letting them know, like, hey, not everything that I did in my past is something you're going to go through. You're not going to go through that. Matter of fact, we don't really have to talk about my past because that shit doesn't matter. Now, if you want to talk about it as you get older and you want to ask me questions about what happened here, we can talk about it at the right time. But those things are not for them to even learn or care about at this moment. Kids are supposed to have fun, know what they're supposed to do, have their little chores, allowance, understand what's being nice, how to give, not just be a taker. You give them, they have video games and the new age video games, and they play them like, if I was their age, I wouldn't understand what the fuck's going on with fucking, I was playing Nintendo, I was playing fucking, that was like out of this world, but we're doing hide and go seek, we're doing all these other things, but that's just times change. There's other ways of doing things. So you're keeping them in the now, but you're also giving them the opportunity with these technological advances, with them having a phone. There's nothing wrong with kids having a phone, as long as they're doing different things. Playing an instrument, reading. There has to be a little bit of everything. But as far as how they grow up, man, like their parents, kids' parents are going to be very instrumental as who they are. If you're very open with them and at some point they start to bleed into just being like your friends, they know your dad. But the important part is like, I need to talk to my dad about things that I can still talk to my best friend about. That's how you kind of control the situation. And I don't even like that word, but you start seeing things that maybe shouldn't be happening.
But why don't you like that word?
Because no one should be controlled. Kids shouldn't be controlled.
Are you in control, though? You're the leader, right?
You're in control of yourself.
Not when you have a kid.
Yeah, you are. No, you don't. To control a kid is like to have a toy.
Not to control, to
Right.
be in control.
I still don't like that.
You don't?
No. It's just
Okay.
everything's by example.
Okay.
To be in control is like, I'm doing this, come here, watch. That's being in control.
Were you raised that way? I was.
No, it was like, so there was control as you better be asleep by this time, or hey, we're gonna go to a wrestling show in the night. You better take a nap at 3 or else you're not gonna go. Better get ready for church. Things like that, control as to how I dress. No, control to, obviously you're in control of how they eat because you buy the food, right? You're not in control of like how much they eat. Like you don't do that. They're going to eat when they're hungry. If you want to leave their fucking plate there, if they get hungry, well, finish what's on your plate because you're not getting nothing else. That's different. But no, it wasn't harsh, but it wasn't like super lenient because I don't think at that point they understood what it was to just be relaxed, let things just fucking fall into place. It's kind of like being I joked earlier about the beholder part, right? It's kind of like being the guy that just, you're up here, you're looking, you're just checking out and see, is everything good? Is everything going all right? Is there a red flag somewhere? Okay, but I'm not going to storm in there and be like, what? Nope. Let's talk about it. Yo, what's up with this? To be able to get things from your kids, from anyone that you love, you have to be approachable. And you can't fake it, because if you're this fucking controlled, mean, tough, I'm fucking boss, and then all of a sudden you're going to be like, hey, they're going to be like, what the fuck? No way. You're playing a game. So it's just, it's very just like, they're going to be who they want to be. We don't need to force them to be something we want them to be. They will find their way one way or the other. You just got to give them the tools, the resources, guidance, and just watch over them and be open. Talk to your kids, man. You will find out so many things if you just sat there and had conversations. Even if they're just talking about, like I said last week, unicorns and flying to Mars. Fucking spaghetti monsters and meatball. Who cares, man? Listen. There's always a teaching point in all these things, and you can get something from them. That's all it is, man. Like, these kids are on another level at this point. They do things that we couldn't do when we were 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get a cell phone until I was 20. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean, I'm going to wait till you're 20 to get a cell phone. No, that just wasn't an option for me. And if you can do the shit that I was doing when I was 23 at age 7, great.
Yeah.
Information for you, like, go look for it. But, the information, the technologies that they can get through the internet doesn't mean they're not ever going to come to you. They're still going to ask questions, and you can easily be like, well, look for it on Google. Figure it out. No. Teach them what you know and say, I'm only going to teach you what I know. I'm not going to lie to you, but maybe we can figure it out together. Maybe we can learn this together. Simple as that, man. But you're not going to know what's going on in school if you don't ever talk to your kids.
Sure.
So can you fucking, you're this? Yeah, you can be militant and be like, this is what you're going to be. But that kid's life's already fucked up by then because he's no longer him.
And I don't agree with.
Yeah.
There's a fucking, I don't know. There's not even a fine line because I don't know what the line is. The line is blurred.
Good.
I just want to make sure that I do a good job and I set them up for success.
That's all you can do, man. All you can do is do your best.
Because I love them. I love my kids. And what you were talking about earlier, you make sure your kids are doing good. They're doing their chores. They're reading their books. They're doing their homework. They're talking to you. They're being open. They're trusting you. But that's you as their father. That's the time that you spend with them in a house, 4 walls and a roof. The agenda in the world, once they step out that door, doesn't give a fuck. Doesn't give a fuck about their chores. Doesn't give a fuck about them being good. They are the militant ones. They're the ones that want you to step in line. They're the ones that need their numbers. That's what I want to be able to raise my kids to be an individual in that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to do that without laying down some guidelines like, dude, people don't have your best interest like I do. So you're going to have somebody coming up to you telling you if you want to be my friend or you want to be accepted, you have to think this way. Otherwise, we're kicking you out. And I want my boys to be strong enough to go, I don't need that. I have me because I have what my father taught me, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how to teach without teaching.
Well,
in a loving and socially acceptable way.
no, who cares about socially acceptable? See, that's
the social.
No, right, but that's not for like, for example, and I'm not saying you're saying this about me, but I don't do the way I do it because that's the way society feels it's the right way to be. No, that's just what I feel.
I think you're protecting your boy so much more by keeping him outside of a fucking what are they called? A fucking school.
Mm-hmm.
What's the word I was looking for? A community school.
Yeah.
A regular
public school.
Public school. Thank you. I think you're doing him a service in that. But I think there's pros and cons to everything. Like I said earlier, I think I think kids, not him, I think kids in general would miss out on that social building blocks of how to handle other opinions.
And check this out. So just like as an example. So he has his core of 4 friends in Mexico. Sometimes 5. You know, there's always that extra kid that sometimes just shows up and he's like, I'm part of the crew now. And they're like, what the fuck are you?
His name's Humberto.
Yeah, that dude. But then he just becomes part of the crew because he's just diligent, persistent, and he just shows up. You guys are talking about something. He's like creeping over here and he's like, yeah, that's right. And they're like, what the fuck?
Right.
That guy. So he has those friends, and he also has friends online, same group of like 5 to 8. So the way I know he's not like socially disturbed as far as to be able to communicate is he runs the show. That's where he takes aspects from me, not because I taught him. I just am who I am. Probably he just like, okay, that's the way my dad is. I'm like that as well. Where he's the funny one. He's the one that's going to rag on you, like, and, you know, he's the loudest one. Like, he doesn't let me sleep sometimes. He's loud as fuck. Cool. Whatever. But that's his way of doing it, so I'm not afraid. The thing is, he's like that with the people that he trusts and loves. You don't have to be loud and socially involved in that manner with everyone. Strangers. Stranger danger, right? So what I'm getting at is the whole stranger danger part. When we were kids, we were taught, don't talk to strangers, right? Don't take things from strangers. It's the same thing, but in a different aspect. You teach your kids the same thing. You don't just listen to any stranger. You don't give any stranger your time. If it's your teacher and you feel as if something is incorrect, let me know. I'm not going to get mad. I just want to know because I want to figure it out. And don't ever be afraid to tell me what you think. Your kids will know when something is a little off, you know. And so you can, you know, your teachers are there to teach you things, but they're not there to tell you how to live your life. You can tell if a teacher is a nice teacher, a bad teacher. They still have intuitions. They still have these feelings, you know. You know, by the time they're in high school, and I get it, they're starting to push these things in elementary school, middle school. But that's where you have to go to the school and you have to ask, what are you guys teaching? What are you guys bringing up? Because I don't want to find out. Because if it is, and I got to figure it out. I'm not saying that you guys should change this, that, or the other, but I have to do something about it. So you have to do diligence as well. You have to go to the schools. You have to figure out, okay, what kind of school is my kid? And not just because it's the closest school, you know. Is it going to cost more if you got to go to a private school, or if you got to use someone else's address to go to a better school? You have to do that because it is your kid's future. And not your kid's future as they're going to learn, you know, math, all these other things anywhere. But to get the right people to teach them when you're not there, that's important. because they are the babysitter, the teacher, the parent for those, and
6 to 8 hours.
Yeah, and there's like 3 to 4 teachers, so 1.5 hour each of those persons. But that's why you have the conferences. That's why you have these board meetings. You have these things, and you can't use the excuse. And I'm saying in general, I don't have time to go talk to them. Well, if you don't have time for your kid, then all this shit's gonna happen.
If you don't have time for your kids, don't have kids.
That's it.
I think the reason why I'm struggling. The reason why I'm struggling with all this stuff so much right now is because now my boys are getting older, and it's not Susie has 4 apples, she gives one away. It's not building blocks. It's not coloring. It's now you're getting into your social studies. Now you're getting into your history. Now you're getting into your la-di-das, right? Where opinions are you're at the age now where opinions start to be formed. And these kids are sponges, man, because they're so fucking smart, bro.
Or people teach opinions as facts.
Correct.
Yeah.
But these kids are so fucking smart that's what I want to get at. I want to be able to, and I learned just from you right now. I know what now I need to do. I need to, as a father, as a man, I need to live my life and lead as an example. Let them watch. Let them soak everything in. And if they have questions about stuff, they'll come to me. And when they do come to me, that's where I need to be fucking confident enough to go, this is what I would do. This is what has worked for me. If you feel you need to try it a different way, try it. If not, and let's do this together. Mm-hmm. I never did what you're about to do. So now I'm going to learn from you, just like you said. And I'm going to see, are there different ways of doing this than somebody who was raised in the 90s? Mm-hmm. Let's see what it looks like somebody raised in the 2020s. Let's fucking see.
Yep.
And so that's why these questions are coming up, because when they were just Lincoln Logs and fucking race cars, it was no problem. Nothing's being taught. It's recess and lunchtime. Now shit's happening. And there's other kids that are raised by parents with different beliefs, then they're forming their opinions as well. So now my kid is like a flower, dude. He's opening up. He's flourishing into who he's going to become. Mm-hmm. I think that's great.
Yep.
But to me, the world is so fucked up and scary right now that it's just, I worry because I want them to be happy and not have the anxiety that so many people have these days of this fucking rat race trying to just survive being outside.
Right. I think, so, again, we adapt to the times that we're in, but to say now in 2022 we're unsafer than 1992, I think is incorrect.
Really?
I think in 1992 there was a lot more violence, a lot more of the robbery. There were a lot more things going on close to home, again, depending on where you grew up, than nowadays. Security's and stepped their game up a lot more. People think twice about doing bad things. There's always going to be prison, but you need to have these other things, these other barriers, these other negatives for these people that want to do bad things to not even attempt to do bad things. I think we're in a different level as it pertains to that. That aspect, I think we're better at. Now, do we have a lot more things that go on, like people pushing this, that, and the other? Yeah, on TV. Yeah, on certain internet sites. But anywhere you go nowadays, the store, whatever, are you going to see people pushing these things? Not really. You might see someone with fucking pink hair. Dope. You might see someone, whatever, dress a certain way, and it's different, but it's cool, whatever. Are you going to see racial things going on in the middle of the street? 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, no. Are there sudden occurrences like, oh shit? Yeah, sometimes. That's normal. You can't control what other people do. But don't be afraid of that. I'm not saying you're afraid for yourself, but don't be afraid that because you see these things, because you have more avenues to look up stuff. You know where to look for things. And you know, like, damn, that's fucked up. Why the fuck are they talking about this? If you don't ever give that to your kids, they don't fucking know. They're going to fucking play their instrument, play the fuck out of video games, color, be Spaghetti Monster Jr., Nickelodeon. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's it. They're going to fucking eat fucking cheeseburgers and candy and have the time of their life and tell you they fucking got a unicorn in their room.
That's where I feel a little better that you say that, and I just had a realization, like, I feel better because I have family members that would tell, if they were in charge of my kids the way that they were in charge of me, they would tell my kids, that chick with the pink hair, you don't fucking talk to her.
That's so dumb.
I
want to date her.
I would never say that. Dude, when I met my wife,
yeah,
we were 15, 16.
Yep.
She had 32 piercings.
Hell yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Making out with her was like working on a truck. It was dope. I fucking loved it. Introduce her to my family. First thing my grandfather says, why do you got that bone in your nose? Why do you have that fucking whatever in your ear? Why do you have this and that? And I'm like, dude, that's mad disrespectful. You're a high-ranking member in this family. You're the leader, but don't do that.
Why do you say, okay, it's so easy for me to say because that's just my mindset. Why even still hang around these people? I get it, man. You are very, pride's not the word. God, what's the word when you're about this thing and you're always going to be for it?
Loyal?
You're very loyal to a fault because you will think that because this person is your bloodline and you grew up with them and they always protected you, that you always need to be in line with them or else you're doing bad. You're being unloyal. Look, man.
You ever seen that movie Unleashed with Jet Li, where he wears the collar on his neck, and when he's got the collar on, he's docile, and then they take him to fights, and he unleashes the collar, and they fucking wreaks havoc.
Yep.
That's what I feel like. I feel like that collar's around my neck because of my family, and now.
But you control that.
Now I'm starting to unhook it.
Just unhook it. Don't start. Just do it.
I'm learning, you know?
Right. So that's good. And you're still fucking young. And I don't say that to belittle you or anything. If you're fucking, you can be 50 and figure these things out. Cool. It's never too late. There just comes a point in your life, like, I love my family. Obviously, I love my parents, whatever. And earlier we were talking about like how you were growing up. Yeah, there was rules, but my parents did their best. They were very hardworking, and they weren't always able to be there. But like my dad coached me in sports. He taught me everything there is to know about sports and watch sports. And my mom is like fucking straight up gangster. I'm gonna make everyone laugh. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me type of shit. So like best parents in the world. I couldn't ask for other parents. But as it pertains to other family members, there are times when you get together, you can't control who's going to show up, right? So you have to put on a mask. You have to dumb yourself down a little bit, play the game. But like there are family members that I have that they're just family by blood. I'm not going to go look for. Or I'm not, because I know that it's not a good time for me. Why put yourself in a position you don't want to be just because you're just doing the rounds? Don't do the rounds just to do the rounds because I got to go visit this person because I'm in town. No, you don't. Not really. Like that can hold you back from doing a lot of things in your life. That can make you feel certain things you don't want to feel. Like the shit you had to feel because you had to defend your lady. we know these things going into these things. Like, we know, okay, well, this person's probably, it's going to be cringy to take this person there because they're going to fucking say this. Then you shouldn't be hanging around that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, next time you go to California, bro, tell yourself, I'm going to get a hotel or I'm going to Airbnb it. Or I'm not going to go. Because that kind of gives you an excuse to visit them. You know? And maybe that's another thing. Maybe you do go and you're on a 4 to 5 day vacation and you go visit them for an hour. Great. It's an hour. You said, what's up? In and you're out. Let's go. You feel good about yourself because you did it more so for them than for yourself, you know? But you do need to, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. But me, man, I do my best to not put myself in the surroundings of people that I don't see eye to eye with. Not because I'm a dick, not because, no, I just know that I don't like to be uncomfortable. And I don't like to feel as if I have to be a certain way or whatever. They're not going to get who I am to 100. That's not, they're not going to get that. They don't deserve that. Nor do I think that to be in my presence is, no, I am who I am. I love being me, and that's it. You pick and choose your life, dude. That's all you, buddy. Everything that you do in life, you're deciding to do. There's always going to be a reaction, a response to what you're doing. But you make the decisions to your life. So whatever you put yourself through, whatever your kids encounter when they're with you, that's on you. You have to decide what you want to go through. Again, are there different circumstances where shit happens? Yeah, shit happens. You know, somebody visits you and you're like, fuck. You just make the most of it, you know. Because maybe they don't do it on purpose, but that's just who they are, their condition, and that kind of sucks. And you just have to deal with it. You have to fit in. But don't go looking for it. There's no need for it.
Yeah, and you know what you just said earlier? So my grandmother was one of 14 kids. And they all had at least 2 kids, and they all had at least 2 kids. My family's huge, okay? Christmas time, Christmas Eve, we'd all meet up at my Aunt Rosie's house, and that was the party of the year.
Yeah.
Get down, dude.
Hell yeah.
I remember being a little kid, 8, 9 years old, and we'd go there, and my grandfather would make me go. I spent the first 45 minutes running around the house, making sure I shake everybody's hand and hug everybody and say hello and this and that. And even as a kid, I was like, I don't even fuck with these people.
Yeah.
I don't like them, and they don't even like me. Why do I got to do this?
That is so fucking awkward, dude.
So I don't make my kids do that. Dude, they used to make me hug people.
Yeah.
They used to make me hug people that I was like, why are you making me sit on your lap, though?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
You want to know the trick to that? I learned this later on in life when there's these big gatherings. Get there early as fuck and sit down. So make people come to you.
I used to pour mustard on my shirts and shit.
Dude, like, that's what I do is I pour mustard on my shirt, but it's always an accident. It's not on purpose, but that's what I do, man. When I know there's going to be like a get together and I know I'm going because I like the party that's being thrown for that certain person, but I can't control who else goes. I got to be, what time does it start? 4 o'clock? Okay. Let me get there like at 3:55. Let me get a table. Once everyone else is there and they say, what's up? Okay, now you can get up and fucking do your shit. I hate fucking going somewhere and fucking going to tables. And you might know somebody at that table, but then the other 4, they're just looking at you and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Like, come on, man. You don't got to fucking do that shit. Like, new rule. Fucking new rule right here.
Is this cheat code?
Cheat fucking code. Use this shit. If you're not going to be there before everyone, but you got to speak up. If you're not going to be there before everyone and just chill and wait for everyone to come to you, whatever time you get there, if there's a shitload of people, just walk in and be like, hey, what's up, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good time. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Walk away.
Blanket greetings.
That's it. And don't force your kids to say hi to everyone. That's bullshit. Be like, hey, go play. If I want to say hi to everyone, I'll go do it. But I'd be like, hey, kids, go find the other kids and play.
Well, now I got like second and third cousins, so when we do go to these things, my aunts and uncles or whatever they are to me, I don't even know what these fucking people are to me, right? they'll send their kid, whatever. They'll send their kids up to me and they'll be like, dude, I've never even met these kids before. They'll be like 7 or 8. I've never met them.
And they're like, Theo.
They'll be like, go give Uncle Garrett a hug. And I'll be like, hey, man, you don't got to call me Garrett here. And I'll throw them a little knuckles because they don't like that shit.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
And it feels awkward anyways.
I'll be like, hey, you don't got to call me Garrett or Uncle Garrett. What's up?
Yeah, you don't got to hug
knuckles
me either.
real quick.
Yeah, no. Be like, what's up, man? Yep.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, at all the fucking get-togethers and gatherings, people that didn't have shit to do with my life, my uncle would pull me aside. My uncles would pull me aside out of fucking nowhere and be like, hey, man, let me come talk to you for a second. Let me tell you this and that. Let me teach you this and that.
Oh, my God.
I remember one time I did something, man. I don't remember what I did, but I did something, and it made everybody happy. And the fucking homie in the corner, Uncle Teeter, Drunkle Teeter, because he was a fucking addict, right?
Yeah.
My man goes, that's how I raised him.
What the fuck? I never talked to you.
Who are you, bro? What do you mean that's how you raised me?
Everybody wants credit for your shit, bro.
That's crazy, man. I don't.
Or don't you hate it like, okay, again, I got no hate for nobody. That's too much power to give you. Don't hate no one. If you hate someone, you're giving them too much power. But what I don't like is when you're doing something, it might be pretty impressive. You're doing a podcast, right? And then you get someone from the family or whoever, an old friend. Oh, I know some dude that also does a podcast. He does this, that, and the other. He's pretty dope. Cool. Good for him. Why the fuck are you telling me for? I don't give a fuck. If you're not going to fucking give me something to make me better, or if you're not just going to be like, oh, good job, I don't want to fucking hear it. Especially if you're someone that sometimes I talk to or you talk to me. Like, I don't give a shit what someone else does just because you're trying to tell me that someone else did it better in an underlying fashion. Don't do that shit, man. Don't be a piece of shit. Don't be a POS. Give people props or don't say nothing at all. Be a good-ass person or don't say nothing at all. Because one of these days, you won't have a broken nose.
Just this trip, dude. I
No,
walked
you
up
won't.
to this cousin. She's always been super condescending. Always. Adds me on every social media just to fucking talk some shit, right? I see her. Oh, how's your little podcast? I went, how's your little divorce?
Ooh.
She went, wow.
And that's the thing, man. Those are powerful words. When people use a word like little and they fucking downgrade your shit, don't do that shit, man. You treat someone the way you want to be treated, and if you don't like the person, be prepared to get some backlash.
Yeah, man.
Because not everyone's going to take your shit, you know. So, how was the mountains? You said you never had it before.
It's all right. Is there coconut in there?
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate and coconut.
I like the flavor of coconut. I don't like the consistency, the chewy.
Oh.
It sticks around for a while. But it was cool.
Yeah.
A nice
It just
soft-
didn't have a nut.
I need a nut, dog.
Yeah, I feel you.
I need a nut. I need a nougat.
I don't feel you because I don't like Almond Joys. I like Mounds. That's all I like.
I like a Butterfinger or a Payday.
I used to like both of those, but
Yeah.
I can't have either of them right now because of the peanut.
Hey, when's
Peanut
that
butter.
shit gonna go away, dude?
At this point, dude, I don't even
It's
think
just your
about it.
life.
Yeah, I just know I'm not supposed to eat that. Oh, it smells bad. It's like anything in life, dude. If you've never tasted something before, but it smells bad to you, well, are you gonna try it? No. Yeah, are you gonna be like, I miss it? No, because you know what it smells like now, and it doesn't smell good. It don't taste good. People trip out because I'm like, yeah, I'm coming up on 2 years of not having a wing, like hot wings, and people are like, what the fuck? And I'm like, but I don't even. It doesn't enter my mind at this point because I don't have that thought, that memory of like when I was eating them and it tasted good. No, because my last memory was you smell like shit
Oh,
and you don't taste good.
so that helps.
Well, it's like it's not there. You know what I'm saying? it kind of makes things a little bit easier because when it comes to making decisions, and we don't got to get too much into this because then we're going to go off on some other shit. It makes my life simple because I know what I can and can't have.
You mean as far as fitness and nutrition?
As far as just the way I am as a person.
Yeah.
The way I am as a person is before, if I wanted a cheeseburger, I got to think of like 6 or 8 places, and I'm like debating which one of the 6 places. And now I'm wasting 30 minutes trying to figure out which one I want to go to. Now, I know there's only 2 places I can get burgers from. Make your decision, go.
We're going to Five Guys.
Pizza, there's only one place I can get it from. That's where I go. And I'm not looking for somewhere else because there's too much of a miss or hit for that for me to try somewhere else. I don't want... When I first did this, I was spending $20 every time to try their pizza.
Like when we went to your boy's birthday. You ordered the pizza and you gave it to us. You tried one bite and you were like, I could, but I don't want to.
Exactly. But now do that at a different level where I'm buying a large every time, taking a bite, giving it to fucking someone that's on the corner. Because it didn't taste good. So I found it. It is what it is. And now my only problem is, what ice cream do I want today? That's where I have the problem. But again, it's cool. Like, I don't feel bad for myself. Other people feel more bad for me than I do. It's whatever. Like, it's cool. I can't drink soda. It probably helps me. Did I like soda before? You fucking damn right. Ain't nothing like opening up a Coca-Cola with some fucking cheeseburger and fries, or even just in Mexico when you have a nice bottle of Coca-Cola with your eggs and chorizo, and not high fructose corn syrup. Fuck you motherfuckers for putting high fructose corn syrup and shit, trying to fuck up people.
Damn, I hit a
punk ass
nerve.
bitches.
Sorry,
y'all got to get rid of that fucking ingredient just because you guys don't want to use real fucking sugar. That shit's bad for people. Quit putting that shit in people's fucking food. Fucking government, fucking FDA at the FDA. All them bitches. Suck a fat one. Get rid of high fructose corn syrup, bitch. Let's do honey and sugar. Let's go. Feel much better now.
You had to get that out?
Hell yeah. That's the only fucking ingredient you got to fucking get rid of. That's it. Get rid of it. You can keep soda. Just put regular cane sugar in that bitch. Let's go.
Sorry.
It's all good. No, it's not your fault. You didn't do anything. What, man? What we got?
We're at time, bro.
Really?
We're in an hour 30.
That's dope. That means we had a good time. Because I didn't. It is what
Appreciate
it is,
you
bro.
again, dude. I told you over text, but this is my dream, man. I'm glad that you're on here with me, and thanks for holding it down and fucking doing what you did, man. I appreciate that.
Can I bring up the birthday? Or no?
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure. Well, happy birthday to your son again. He turns
9.
9. Many more to come. Time of his life. Hopefully he eats all the candy. Hopefully it's like Halloween for him again. I kind of helped that out a little bit. That little fucking package.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope you guys don't get mad like, damn, that's too much fucking candy.
What do you get me for my birthday?
September?
September 10th, baby. I need another bottle of Savage Apple.
Okay, you made it easy. There.
What else, though?
I'm not going to tell you.
And what else?
Not going to tell you.
All right.
A good night.
Hey.
What a fucking...
E-Honda?
Oh, shit. I thought you were going to pull out your fucking...
It's not even on camera, is it?
Your spider.
Oh, shit.
Grab him.
No.
Put him on your fucking shoulder.
I fucking glued him down.
You're dumb.
I know, but I love him.
But wait. Not even here?
No.
Yeah, you can right there.
No.
A little bit. You can see him on the fucking mask.
Right here?
Yeah, that's E-Honda.
Oh.
Sound like him. Yeah. Fuck. Dolls in, bitch.
I'm going to be him for Christmas. I'm going to be him for Christmas.
Remember Dolls in?
You got flame. Tiger. Is that the dude that
yeah.
you're talking about?
No, did he say tiger?
Yeah. The dude was fucking arms would fucking extend across the map.
I think so.
Indian guy?
Yeah, the long ass
shot
boom.
fire.
And then when he would win, he'd do that shit.
And he would jump up and cross his legs and float.
We got our fucking Street Fighters mixed up.
Maybe there's okay. Anyway, last
Vega?
words.
Vega?
No, Vega was the man with the fucking fake ass Wolverine claw.
Shredder.
Yeah, with the mask.
Yeah, he was dope.
He was bad, bro. Blanca was my man. Blanca or E-Honda?
Every time you say Blanca, well, every time anyone brings up Blanca, reminds me of Chris D'Elia fucking stand-up shit.
Oh, yeah.
That shit's funny as fuck.
You know what we need to do? Me and you need to go to a fucking a stand-up show.
Yeah?
We need to go to stand-up live or something. And
I'm not going to do it.
No.
I don't want to be
We
a
need to
comedian.
go take in a show.
I feel you.
We need to go do that. Would you do an open mic?
No.
Ever?
For what? That's not what I want to do.
Just
Nope.
to be up there?
Nope.
What if this show... Not what if. Ooh.
Yeah, don't do that.
When this show gets big.
If you do that what if shit, that means I'm not a part of it.
I didn't mean to. I meant when this show gets big. You know how a lot of podcasts will do live shows?
Oh, yeah.
But on a stage.
Yeah.
Would you be cool with that?
Yeah, I don't care if you get fucking 80 million people fucking right there. I'd be like, hey, what's up? Show me your titties.
And I'll pull them out.
Yeah. So I'm talking to the guy.
You're talking to me.
Well, then I just gotta look over. Yeah, that shit. I was talking to my brother yesterday, and I don't know what's going on with it, but why is everyone like all of a sudden like hashtagging titties? That's like a big thing now on Twitter. On Twitter. What else did I see it on?
I don't know.
Like shorts?
Is it nipple month or something?
No, I don't know what it is, but it's just like titties. Like it's weird. Do some research. I'm pretty sure you like doing that kind of research.
Rabbit hole.
You're gonna Google titties. I'm like, no, don't look for pictures.
That's all I'm looking at. Google images.
Oh
dog.
man, I was just wondering. I was like, why is that like trending? And why is everyone just randomly just? I don't know. I don't know if it means something or if they're just talking about like what it is.
Maybe it's just appreciation.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. You know.
That's the name of this episode. Hashtag titties. TIDDIES. Titties.
Okay, but it's TITTIES on the thing.
I know, but we can't really.
I think a better thing for the show would be like the whole thing about your kids and how to just bring. You'll find the title. Whatever.
I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm not gonna hashtag titties.
That'd be dope.
Dog.
I don't know. You might.
I'll put it in the description.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, definitely.
Hey. Last words. Go. And then take us out.
Well, then you got to give your last words before I do that.
I've already given them.
You don't give any?
I've already given them.
Okay. Well, have a fun ass day. At whatever point you're watching this show, maybe you're going through something. Maybe you're expecting something great. Let's expect great things. Let's look forward to great things. Enjoy your day. Have the time of your life. Be happy. Just be very chill. Let things flow. Things don't got to be broken down that much. With all that being said, for my co-host, The Journey, I am the infinite one, the Lightmare.
Thank you, dude. I'm sick of your dude, you're just going to be the nickname.
I thought you were going to say something else. I was like, that'd be cool too. But home, you got to come back on the show and call me that.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe, man. Hit that button. It's so easy. Be like, pa-ching, good to go. Check out the Instagram page as well, the Sonder Experience, to get the some shorts, some nice pictures. Just please follow. And we still haven't got to 100 followers on that. So if you're one of the first 100, we'll follow you back. But after 100, we're not going to follow you back unless you dope. Again, thanks for watching. Check us out. YouTube. We out. Sonder Experience 57.